Hello.
Hey everyone,
Uh,
welcome to USA Eagles Den. We have three projects today that are going to give us a summary on their project within 5 to 10 minutes time frame. So this is designed for developers to give a quick pitch on their project. So if you like what you hear, make sure that you join their community to learn more in depth on the project. So with that being said, we do have the first project, Pangea with us. Greg's going to represent the team. Greg, the floor is yours. Go ahead and give us a summary on your project, and we will have follow-up questions for you.
all right. It's not really a team. It's just me. Um, we started out as Pangea Las Vegas. We were tied to Raider token, and what that did is a lottery token. Okay, so you could win XRP and this and that, but it ended up that they didn't fulfill their half the bargain. GME talked me into doing that coin, and they were supposed to trend whoever came in for an AMA. And they didn't fulfill that. And then he left crypto. So Raider token was kind of wandering around without a leader. So I was the largest holder. So I did a hostile takeover on it and made it a rewards token contract. So we reward up to 9% in BNB, and it's 6% on buys. 4% goes to BNB rewards. 1% goes to liquidity, and 1% goes to buyback and burn. 7% on sells, 4% to BNB rewards, 1% goes to NFT holders. We do have NFTs for sale. We'll talk about that in a sec. 1% to buyback and burns, and 1 to LP. So we also have NFTs on the website. There will be available until that website is taken down because it's hosted with BitValley, and they're no longer functioning. And Emperor and Mighty and Macho Man are very hard to get a hold of, so I cannot update the website, which does not have the contract address on it or the email, so I can't even update BSC scan. So I do have a new website I'm going to be making within the next 2 weeks. Um, and we're going to have new NFTs. If you look at my chat, I've been making a lot of images, and these NFTs are going to be a lot cheaper and stackable. The ones we have now are $50 USDT, or $50 BUSD, and they are one per wallet. That gives you an extra percent on sales, so that makes 9%. The new ones are going to be $5, $10, and $20, and I'm actually taking that USDT and putting that in stable swap and paying people out 1.5% weekly in USDT. I don't know if anybody's familiar with stable swap, but it's a 300-day investment, and you cannot withdraw until you get $50. So rather than making people wait for that money, I'm paying them 1.5% weekly on that. Also, yeah, those NFTs will be stackable, and whatever the DApp will read how many NFTs you have in your wallet, you get paid on that dollar value of the NFTs. Also, the DApp will be, if you want to sell back your NFTs, that one will be the next one up for sale. So that's I borrowed the dev from Goat Token on Pulse Chain to make these dApps for me. And then I'm also going to start doing a yield farm shortly, because I am the largest holder and I don't sell on holders. I will put my tokens into a yield farm so people can wrap our token with BNB and earn a percentage on that. So that's what we're doing over there right now. Getting set up for the bull run and halving and all of that. If BNB was
Awesome.
stopped taking a crap in the bed, yeah, obviously our market cap will go way up with BNB. I believe BNB should be at $500 right now. In the bull run, I see 8 to 12. So
Awesome. All right. Yeah. Thanks for that quick summary of the project there, Greg. I agree with you. I think B&B it's a little undervalued right now because of the whole ordeal with CZ stepping down, right? So in the middle of transition to a new CEO. So I think that should play out, and I think eventually B&B would be back.
I think
We
there's some
saw some.
backroom deals made there with CZ and the SEC, because now they're allowing BitPay is now allowing you to pay your bills with BNB. So I think some of that was backroom deals too.
Yeah, and I think that was a great decision for CZ to step down. The reason being is because now you don't have a little cloud, negative cloud above our heads that oh, SEC is suing B&B, right? So that was going on for like a year or 2 years. So CZ stepping down, I think that was a great decision by CZ as a leader. So now B&B can actually move forward, clean slate in a sense. All
Yeah,
right,
but
so
his
to
story
sum
is
it
a
up,
really, really interesting one though because he started finance with a laptop and 800 bucks. So
yeah. And well, Greg, you're from the U.S., and I think you know as well as I do. I mean, it's almost impossible to do anything in regards to crypto, right? Because of our regulatory issues over here. Uh, so whatever they want to label CZ, but he was the leader. He was an innovator. Without him, the space probably wouldn't be where it's at today. To be honest with you, he changed the whole game. He pretty much forked Ethereum and made it a lot cheaper for everyone. You can't transact in Ethereum. It's just impossible. Maybe you have like the West countries in the West, etc. Some of the countries in Europe, but you're talking about Asia. How do you transact with like $70 a
well,
transactions?
I have a theory about it. I have a theory about Ethereum. Those people have more money and brains. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. $70 is like 3 months worth of wage on many different countries out there. A lot of parts of the world out there. So it's impossible. And that's what
I'm
you
thinking
saw
about
a
doing
lot of.
something on Pulse. I'm thinking about doing something on Pulse very soon. Richard Hart's got balls.
Oh man,
Setting up
I
that.
hope he
So
wins. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's got 11 lawyers, so he's ready.
he has the best 11 lawyers right now. And I think what he's doing for the space is actually 100%. I'm going to be fully supportive of him. Uh, I think the outcome of it, I think they will beat the SEC. And I think the crypto space is going to move forward because of Richard Hart. He hired the firm, which is the most feared firm in the world. I mean, these guys do not lose. And he has billions to back it up to fund it. So now Richard Hart is doing an amazing job over there. And as you can see, that's why Post
I
X,
think
Hex,
that's going to
and
be the next chain to actually blow up.
I was actually a very early investors in it. But for those that do not have not been in US, we were the only channel that actually brought in Post Chain and Post X for an AMA here before they even launched. The only one. So that was pretty cool for them to come in here and talk about Post X and Post Chain. Yeah, I've been an investor for a long time. But I want to get back to your project, Greg. Little off topic here. Yeah, so to sum up your project, it pretty much is a rewards token that you mentioned there, and it seems that you took over and you trying to find ways to give back,
Yeah, I'm
right? Give back to your
right.
community.
I'm gonna make people a way for people to earn passive income. There will be probably a $20 hold to participate in that because I obviously have to have use for the token. Um, yeah, and the yield farm will give it further use. Plus, people can earn my tokens. I earn more. I own more of the token than what's in the dev wallet. So the chart only looks
Okay.
that way because of me.
Awesome. So you number one
Oh,
holder
we
in
also have one little thing going on. Minimum $5 buy. You can win your buy every day, up to 5,000 tokens. So I'll take those wallet addresses, and I will put those on a wheel, and then whoever wins wins.
awesome, awesome. Okay, so it looks like you have a lot of things to pretty much to kind of rejuvenate this project, right? Because it seems like you mentioned that you took over
Yeah, there's not
a
many
whole project.
projects that are launched 9 months ago that are up from launch. Um, yeah, and keep are developing stuff. A lot of them aren't even in existence anymore. I think maybe a couple of them, like Wrong Token, launched around the same time. And they're still doing their thing, but most of them have not. They're not even in existence anymore. That launched 9 months ago. So
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Most developers will give up and go to the next one because the barrier to entry or the barrier to launching a project is very easy nowadays. So now I do respect that you actually trying to actually build out a project that's been around for 9 months. So that's really awesome. What is the market cap right now? Do you
I
know?
think it's around. Well, depending on B&B, it's usually around. It's around 24 something or 25,000. So it's ripe
So
for
very,
blowing up.
very, very early project. All right, sounds good, guys. So it looks like it's a rewards token. Currently, I think you mentioned 9% tax. You got some of that goes to the LP. Some of
It's
that.
13% round trip, 6 on the buy and 7 on the sell. I
Mhm.
also feed that with my AMA lounge. I actually own a lounge too. I've been around since 2017 in the space with the same username. When I do AMAs and open mics, I charge the projects $10. I give away tokens and I put a bigger buy on the chart, so everybody gets rewards that way.
You're an OG like me. I've been around 2016 with the same username as well. So, so yeah. So that means that you haven't really fucked anybody up yet, just like me, right? We operate differently. A lot of people go through like 100 different names. So
Yeah,
you don't want to.
if you do what you say and you stay true to what you say, and you know a lot of people in this space, that takes you a long way.
That's right. Man only has his word. That's it. All right, sounds good. So yeah, so part of the taxes in and out will go to LP, and you go to B&B rewards and also buyback as well. And it seems like if there's also a percent that's go for NFT holders as well. And the NFTs are out already, or is that still being developed?
There's 340 of these NFTs available. New NFTs will be on the new website that are cheaper, and those will pay in USDT weekly. So these are going to
Sounds
be
great.
available till the website is no longer hosted, which will be about May.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, all right, Greg. Well, thanks for your summary of the project, and thanks for being here. Now, I have to ask you one tough question. Okay, if you have to pick one thing that has the most value, and also that has the most value for investor to invest in your project, what would you say that be?
I think those are going to be the new NFTs coming up. So you can make passive income no matter what the market is doing. It doesn't matter. Um, because that money gets put into a centralized exchange for liquidity. So they make 4 to 12% on each transaction. So it doesn't matter what the market is doing, and they pay us from that. So that's going to be good coming up.
Okay, so you get the money from the NFT, and you fund the LP, and you earn the yield from the LP, and you give it back to the investors.
Right, because normally it's a 300-day investment and you have to wait till you get $50 to withdraw. I'm going to pay those people out weekly. So they don't have to wait
Awesome.
for their funds.
Awesome. All right, Greg. Well, I look forward to see your journey. Thank you. Mike will follow up and post inside the thread, the Eagles Den thread. So for those that are listening, I know this is not an in-depth AMA like we usually do. It's just designed for a quick summary of the project. So I encourage you guys to join over there if you like what you hear, and so you can learn more in depth on the project. Greg, I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. I've been, I haven't done that many open mics, but, I'm definitely looking for them to get eyes on the project.
Awesome. And like you said, yeah, he does have an AMA space as well, even though we're AMA. I don't look at everyone as a competition. We are, there's space for everyone here. So yeah, check out his AMA lounge as well.
All right,
Thanks, Greg.
thanks.
All right.
All
What is
right.
next,
Thanks,
Mike?
Greg. We have Jamie from Apraemio coming in.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, Jamie. We're doing well. We're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, for sure. Really excited. Thanks to everyone. Well, thanks for setting this up, and thanks to everyone that's listening today as well. It's an honor to be on. I've been looking forward to this.
Awesome, Jamie. Yeah, so thanks for being here. You do have 5 to 10 minutes to give us I guess, an elevator pitch or a summary of your project. And after that, we will follow up with some questions. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just to introduce myself, my name's Jamie. I'm from Liverpool in England, the home of the Beatles, if anyone likes the Beatles. So I'm representing Apraemio. Apraemio is a gold-backed real-world asset project. So just to give some context into the team behind Apraemio, our founders have been in the gold industry since 2008. They have a gold distribution service, with thousands of clients around the world. And in 2014, the company reached an agreement with the Republic of Mali in Africa to have the permission to mine on a gold mine, which is 65 square kilometers wide, and has an estimated between 100 to 500 tons of gold. So we've currently got people on the ground in Mali who are mining, they're researching, they're doing a lot of studies and stuff like that. So it's very exciting, and that brings us to the Apraemio token, or APRA as we call it. APRA is a real world RWA project. It's backed by the gold, which is going to be mined in Mali. So 50% of the gold that we mine will be back in the project. So each token will have a value of gold associated with it, which in the future, in about a year's time or maybe 18 months, people will be able to trade in the tokens for industry standard gold, which can be distributed to them. The token won't be pegged to gold; it will be tradable. So obviously, if people would rather trade this token, maybe it's daily trading, or maybe they don't want to dox themselves, they can trade the token regularly. So it's very exciting. So yeah, we're mainly around gold. We have a worldwide team, so we have dozens of remote staff around the world. We are based mainly in Budapest in Hungary, and yet the token's currently in a pre-sale phase. So the pre-sale's been ongoing for a couple of months. We've had some success with that. So our pre-sale is available on our website currently. We're planning to launch fully this year, probably within 4 to 5 months. To support that, we've had a lot of exciting negotiations with, exchanges. We've signed a contract with a tier 1 exchange. We've been speaking to some of the top market makers, some of the top PR agencies and marketing agencies, in the industry. So, we're trying to go all hands on deck and provide a really exciting launch going forward. And I think, the market's really looking good for us, because real world assets are a trend now, as you've probably seen. And it's just fortunate because this project's been in development for a number of years. So it's quite lucky that we've kind of launched at the right time, I suppose. In terms of the token itself, we've been working with lawyers, so it's fully regulated with the MiCA regulations from the European Union. So, with regulations and stuff going forward, we have that covered. And what we're doing currently is just trying to raise awareness. We've got a lot of different campaigns that are going on. So, within our community currently, we're offering a lot. We've got competitions, we've got giveaways, we're rewarding users for engagement through, rewards like APRA tokens, USDT. We're giving out, moderation roles and stuff like that, trying to be as inclusive as possible. And we also have a referral system too. So each user can generate a referral code, a unique link, and, they can share it to friends, family. And if people invest into the pre-sale using the link, they can actually be paid in USDT. So 5% of the fee is paid out in USDT. So although we haven't launched yet, there's plenty of opportunities and things for people to be excited about within our community. And we'd absolutely love to give any more information that people may have about our token. And we'd love to invite anyone, to the community to join in and, some of the fun stuff that's going on there currently.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie, for that introduction and summary of your project. And oh wow, so you guys are a very a legit project. When I say legit, meaning actual utility behind it. Funny because I actually invested on one of the projects over in ICP. It's called Go Down, and they raised about $6 million. I'm actually one of the investors in it. Very similar to your project, backed by gold.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the gold. It's timeless, so we feel very confident being able to, back a cryptocurrency with gold. And we've seen obviously with the Bitcoin ETF and the similarities between Bitcoin and gold. It's great to try and merge those two industries together. So yeah, each individual investor to Apraemio, they have a backing of a real world asset that can support them. This encourages, long-term holding. It encourages investor security, that people have, these things to fall back on, essentially. The token can be traded regularly. It will have liquidity, if people want to day trade, if they want to, hold mid-term, short-term, it's completely within, the user's choice. And one thing I didn't mention is, as we mine more gold, the value of each token and the gold will also rise. So if we were to mine our, minimum expectation, which is 100 tons of gold, each token would be worth half a gram of gold, which is about $3, and it does rise and fall, each day as the gold market does. If we were to able to mine, 500 tons, there'd be 0.25 grams of gold for each Apra token, which is about $15. So there really is a great incentive for people to hold this, and a security that people have. So we believe in RWAs. We believe heavily in gold and precious materials, and we're also, huge fans of Web3. Our founders have a Web2 background. We do have a full Web3 team. I've been in Web3 for, about 4 years now, as full time. We've got, guys that have come from like Bitcoin.com and other, top projects around the space. So, we feel really confident in the project, and we feel like we're given security, regulation, and yeah, we're super excited to launch, and hopefully it can be a success in 2024.
Yeah, it seems like you guys had done your put in the work, right? You mentioned about regulations and all that good stuff, which is, I think, is very necessary, especially with a project like this. So it seems like you guys have all that in control already. Now you mentioned that you have access to 65 kilometers of gold mine, which is located over in South Mali in Africa. So that's an equivalent, if from the US, so that's equivalent to, like I say, 65. Usually in Mali is probably half of that, or 60% of that. So you're looking at around 40 miles, 35 miles of gold mine there. That's pretty big. Now that's pretty big. That's pretty big. All the gold from that mine there would be 50% of that is going to feed back into the token, correct?
That's correct, yeah. In total, because obviously I know it's a gold mine, but there's other, materials in there like lithium and stuff like that. The geologists that are on the site, they believe that in total, with all metals included, that they'd be up to be worth about 5.5 billion euros. So, it's a huge deal. In terms of like the scope and the scale of this mine, and we received permission from the government of Mali to be able to do this, so it's fully official and government supported as well. So yeah, it's really exciting, and we see it as a great opportunity. We're trading at 35 cents in our pre-sale. That's the price to purchase in. Each token, we're kind of guaranteeing at least a $3 value worth of gold. So we feel confident that this is a product that people, can hold and feel safe investing into. We're fully doxed, fully transparent. So I feel like it's a good product to offer to the market. And we just want to try and bring something regulated and something that's backed by, tangible assets that hopefully can have a more of a long-term, future in Web3.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you guys, if that the access that you have there, that 65 kilometer there in Mali, if there's a lot of gold there, 50% of that's enormous. Now, I got to ask you, have you guys found anything there? Have you guys even started process? Has any kind of, like, I guess, hint that there's actually gold there, or any kind of proof yet?
Yeah. So the work's been going on for, well, it's 2024 now. So there's been work going on in this mine for nearly a decade, in terms of research and stuff. So it began by using satellites and like algorithms, and basically you can produce 3D imagery, which is like about 8 miles down into the ground. So we have these reports that are on our website and the partner companies' websites too. So it started with the satellites, and then there's been a number of years that's where geologists, they take samples. We've taken about 9,000 different samples, taking, small amounts of ores taken from the ground. And we received news last week that we're finally going to be finding the locations exactly where the drills will be going into the ground. So yeah, there's been a lot of progress, and we're quite close to receiving something called a JORC report, JORC, which is basically an official confirmation that there is, a store of gold, and it's basically the green light to begin the drilling, which we expect to happen this year. So it's a long process, and we'll also have a lot of other utilities in the short to medium term, like a staking protocol, metaverse, NFTs, a DAO, to support the project as we build the gold mining out, and the gold facilities too. So it won't just be a gold redemption. There's a lot more to it as well.
I see. And I'm assuming that part of the funds they'll be raising is for the operations that will be drilling the mine there as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
That Jamie, what are you guys trying to raise? Do you have a soft cap, the hard cap? What are we looking at?
In terms of, we're looking to sell about 10% of our supply. We've sold about seven figures so far in terms of what we raised. We do a lot of like direct sales in Eastern Europe too, which has been pretty successful. So yeah, we're looking to sell about 10% of the supply. We do have investors into the mining operation, and we also have investors into the Web3 side. So but at the moment, it's because of the cost involved with mining. As you can imagine, it is an expensive process. The room for investment's quite, we're speaking to every VC possible, and we have a lot of room for private investors and also for public investors too.
Okay, around 10% of the supply. But do you have is it BNB or your Ethereum? What is your
So what do you guys, when the contract was developed last year, it's on BNB chain. Yes, we are looking to potentially go multi-chain before launch, just to kind of open up the user base. I'm a fan of BNB chain personally. I like it, but we've had some feedback from some investors. Like, I know the reputation around CZ and stuff. So we may be looking to go onto other networks too. But at the moment we're on BNB chain, yeah. Okay. But we don't have a soft and hard cap. It's very much like kind of like an open cap, if you know what I mean.
Okay, it's like a fair launch type of thing.
Yeah, like a fair launch is probably a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And you guys are racing for like another maybe a couple more months, and probably launching around, you said, like around 6 months or so.
Yeah, probably Q2 would be a more reasonable time for launch. As we said, we're looking to pair the launch with a tier 1 centralized exchange, which we have the contract for, and then a couple of other exchanges too, just to as well as working with getting ourselves onto dexes and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done in terms of finding like market makers and exchanges over the next couple of months, and hopefully by May to June, we should be in a place to have a really good launch.
Yeah, very awesome, man. And I assume that your team is you guys' background, or you have people in your team that's actually in the mining background, correct?
Yeah. A lot of our team, we do have a dedicated Web2 team, but our founders have been in the gold industry for 15 years now. We do have a lead geologist, and we're going to be providing some footage from the mine soon, on social media, as well as like some of the 3D images that have been created. So yeah, we want to be quite nerdy and provide a lot of mining information to the community too. I think for transparency, I think it's important to provide that too, and show people the mine as much as possible. We do have a lot of images from there already as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a very awesome project, very exciting project, right? So let's say, imagine if you invest in a project, buy an early token and the first drill, and then find a bunch of gold. That's exciting. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm not sure a while back, right? I remember there was a while back, there was a big company actually out of the Philippines, and it was a public traded company. And so what happened is kind of like that. They have access to, but like, I don't know how big it is, but anyway, it was a public traded company. The drill wasn't any gold out there, and so they had a round meeting, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just buy some gold, and we're gonna hire a bunch of PR and news channel out there. We're gonna throw the gold out, and we're gonna show on TV that there's gold out there. So the stock went up like, I don't know, for like 10,000% like the next day, right? And it turned out that it was all fabricated. Now I'm not saying I just brought it up because I remember watching the news and vividly remember that story. But no, I'm just saying it's not has nothing to do with you guys, nothing like that. But very exciting stuff. I like I said, I just invested into a company over in ICP. Because like you say there, I think gold is very stable. It's not going anywhere. And I think to my knowledge, I don't know if any project is actually a gold project is 100% backed by gold or half backed by gold, to my knowledge. So yeah, I look forward to see you.
Yeah, it's interesting too because there are obviously a lot of like gold pegged projects, but we're actually like we're allowing people to invest into a gold mine. Really, it's the longer you hold, like the more gold that people can kind of have a value for. So it's definitely unique. It's different, and I think it's Web3 is going to have a lot more RWA projects in the future. I believe there's going to be a lot more backed tokens. I think it's positive for the market. So we're hoping to be at the forefront of that going forward. But yeah, thanks very much for letting me talk. I don't want to take up too much time, because there's other projects to talk to.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. And you're right. There isn't a lot of project that's gold pegged, backed by gold pegged, but it's not an actual mine where you guys actually go out there and actually drill to get the gold, which is actually very exciting to be part of. So it's actually very interesting project and very legit project with real utility behind it. So if you guys like what you hear, make sure you guys join the community and do further research on it. I know I will for sure. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Jamie. Next up, we have High as a Giraffe's Ass with Adam.
All right, let's do it.
Right on. Yeah, thanks. Thanks again for having us on. I've been looking forward to it. It's pretty exciting being from the USA myself. So it's relation there, comes right home. I guess we always kind of nobody's prejudiced to one country or another. In the crypto world, we're all trying to make friends. But it's USA is home ground, so I guess that's pretty cool. So appreciate you having us on. And I guess just a little start on where I'm from and the project base and stuff like that is just a small town Minnesota guy. Grew up, got into crypto a couple years ago. Actually playing PlayStation with a buddy, racing NASCAR cars around the track, and he brought up Bitcoin and the future of money, and it turned a light bulb on that led down a path of research and finding things along the way and meeting people. And you meet a lot of people that tried new things like yourself and believed a story that somebody told you about something, so you bought it, and once you know it, next day when you wake up, you don't have that money anymore. And it was too common of a story that happened around the space, and got really sick of it, and put a lot of heart and soul into a project that ended up going that direction. Got deserted by the team and all that, and so that kind of enlightened the idea, in the base behind the project. The name, is a catchy one in itself, but the idea and the thought behind that came, working construction, doing the manual labor side of things and all that. There was always jokes, if you're ever late or you'd mess up, on the project, so you must be high as a giraffe's ass, or you'd show up, and you could tell, when people were pretty baked and stuff, you can't really, you can mask the smell all you want to, but you get that look in your eye, and you get that vibe, and people that know, everybody that knows, they know how that is. So it was just a name that, I was going to make a meme coin that was original, because if I was going to help the people out there that got, drugged through the ringer and stuff like myself, you'd want to give them a chance, to have endless possibilities. You wouldn't want to just fit in with the crowd and go away. That wouldn't be the point of it, because that wouldn't get anybody anywhere any farther than they were. So, the meaning behind this is to develop and grow, far beyond where we are, but we've got a very excellent start. The High As A Giraffes Ass name, of course, it's one of a kind. It was the only one out there. The ticker and the symbol when we first launched was original. There wasn't one there. We had I don't know if you want to call it a scam or an imposter or what have you, on Solano about the time where we had to relaunch. So somebody sniffed it out and thought that they'd get some easy pickings, and it actually ended up, it was over before it started, one of those, so it's kind of bad that it happened, but it doesn't sound like many people got affected by it. So that was good. But we're just, we're an awesome community, and we give 11% XRP rewards. The whole meaning behind our project is, we're a community token. It was just my idea, but the community runs it. We've had enough help from outsourcing along the way when we had to do a relaunch that was nothing but successful. The trust that was there, fully doxed. All my information is available, pictures, address, cell phone. People can text me. It's all there. Nobody's hiding. So that's pretty much, if you wanted to call it a core team, or who would you have to talk to? You can come to me because that's the information that's provided. Everybody else, the mods and the admins are, volunteers that, got the tag because they're there to help. Friends that I've met over the years, just being an honest, outspoken person, that's not scared to maybe, question something that you see along the way somewhere. So, you build a trust level with people before you even know you did, so to speak. So that goes a long way in a project like this, because the support here is unbelievable. If you check out the chart, it's pretty amazing to see for a rewards token. When we really get clicking, in the 22 days or 23 days it's been, give or take, since our relaunch that we've had, 3,380 XRP have been given back to the holders. So when you're looking at, I think it's 125-ish holders out there, 3,380 XRP is a pretty hefty number going back out. We're just at over 5% of our token are burnt. We have 1% of the 15% taxes we have. Of course, 11% go XRP rewards, buys and sells, and the 1% is a hard burn. So it's depleting the supply with every buy and sell transaction out there, as well as adding 1% to the liquidity. So in theory, you're doubling that liquidity because you're reducing the supply at the same time. So it's it's very strong for the community and the chart and the project right now. We're just under. We've got on Dex Tools, it's showing 59,000 market cap. So we're sitting pretty strong, and the liquidity is really healthy. 12.4 thousand liquidity it's showing, from the Dex Tool stats. But so it's just a proven. It's more of a movement. It's a hell of a project. It's become a movement, and it's become a way for people that have just been, so fed up with the space and the scammers and everybody out there, know that you can put 50, 100, whatever you can safely afford to do or want to do into a project that, as of right now, if it doesn't develop a utility, your money's safe, and you're still at the same time going to be earning those rewards when people are buying and selling and the chart's moving and the volume picks up. So it's that alone, is enough to just kind of, maybe intrigue a person. But then you add to the fact that, we do have some NFTs out there, and there's some pretty sick looking NFTs. We had a series of 10 that we released for the early, anybody, not for anybody, but I mean, they're a public release, but you paid one of those, and you're going to end up with a whitelist essentially, or a free version of what we're going to have a big series come out. March of 2024 is our plan, give or take. My birthday's in March 26th, so we're hoping it'll be a hell of a birthday present for myself and everybody to be able to launch that. But it's going to be some upcoming utility we have, working with a bot, and in with the NFT circle and the marketplaces and all that festive stuff. Kind of a brief overview, but to get it all working together, simplified for the average user, to be able to customize and do some things that you want to do with NFTs, your own NFTs, whatever it may have. The details aren't 100% hatched out, so I don't want to falsify any dreams with anybody or anything like that. But the ideas and the potential is essentially unlimited because the resources and the contacts that we've developed, within the space as a community amongst ourselves. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, and when you're involved and circled with a good group like that, it's very easy to accomplish things, as we've all, when you're in the space long enough, you start to kind of learn that. I mean, anything is possible. If you know a coder that knows how to write code, you can code anything because it is possible, but you just have to know how to do it. And so once those contacts have become established, it's easy to get somewhere. And we're kind of proving that because we're at the start of a beautiful journey, and we've got some options out there. We just hit the 50K barrier. Like I say, we crossed that. So I'm getting a tattoo. I'm 40 years old. I've never had a tattoo virgin. So it was something that I told the community, when that milestone comes, I want to, be able to not only being doxxed with all the information, out there and everything like that, but to, just as something to show to the people that, hey, this is something I believe in, and it's not something that I plan to go away, that I want to stay, with me and everybody else essentially. So that's going to be kind of fun. I plan to record that and put it on live in the group or via Twitter, probably the Telegram group, just because that's kind of where our home ground started. So we're going to try to stick to that. But, that's pretty exciting. The utilities will come in time. One of the latest kind of, you want to call it a stoner idea or what have you. But it's not really an idea. I mean, it's a possibility, because anything's a possibility. Ideas are, dreams are always there for a reason, because that's what they're there for. They give you something to think about. And so we're a bunch of overthinkers, and that's kind of what we've got a bot within the group that's personalized. And it's pretty fun. It's a very, very fun deal. But, working within, as the United States knows, from Minnesota, recreational cannabis use just became legal. So when you've got a meme coin, so to speak, or something, a meme community project that you want to build into something that's going to be around, you have to wonder, well, how and why are we going to do that and such. So working within and, the cannabis culture only seems to be fitting. It'll be readily accepted. It's a brandable name, I would think, in my opinion, so to speak. It's something people aren't going to forget. It's fun. A lot of options would become available, if I guess I'm kind of just for reference sake, you think about like Subway, for instance, is like a franchise within the Subway, the sandwich world. Well, so now you look at these dispensaries that are becoming open and available, because as cannabis becomes more accepted and regulated within the country, just like, crypto is going to need the regulation before it's going to really ever succeed and get that mass adoption. And that's coming, the writing's on the wall and the wheels are in motion there. We all know that. So, to kind of roll with that, so to speak, and be on that path, that's kind of one of our new visions or new ideas that we're just kind of diving into as a long haul, so to speak, for that 2 to 3 to 4 year window, in case, anybody kind of wonders that. That's always a question is, well, are you just a meme coin that's gonna, we're not gonna just go away. That's not our plan. We kind of got to slow again. We're not here to participate. We're here to take over, and we're gonna have a hell of a time and some fun doing that. And it's the people in the group are amazing. We've got, you might see if you scan, when you do a scan, we're gonna have a couple big wallets in there. But what that is that's some people that we've all gotten to know within the group on Telegram. They are just stockpiling essentially. So they kind of gray areaed. We have a max wallet and transaction, but they sent them all to one wallet to stockpile, so the rewards wouldn't have to go to like 3 or 4 or 5 max wallets, whichever one they're in the process of filling up. So it's not a one purchase wonder that everybody's going, when is the one dump going to happen? It's well known within the community what is happening, why it's there, and it doesn't scare anybody because that's the reason. So it's and you don't have to sit there and say, hey, can we get those 3%ers to break up the wallet, or what I mean, because there's an 8% wallet there. People know why, because that's how, and the discussion has been made, and whether or not the data, all that tech stuff would prove it. So you're breaking down 5 essential rewards transactions into one wallet instead, reducing gas costs, and and possibly either increasing or decreasing the time between the rewards, or helping the reward system and such. So it's not deemed a negative within the community. So and that's pretty cool. The positivity, even through our relaunch. So just a brief little overview on that. I was going to do when we hit, it was either 20 or 25,000 market cap. I told them that we would take all the tax, the 15%, and it would just go boom straight to XRP rewards. There wouldn't be no marketing. We would just roll that for a day or two, just as a way of saying, hey, thanks, this is great. Thank you, community. And so I screwed the pooch. I had a generator make the contract, and whatever I did, it like froze the contract. People couldn't buy, people couldn't sell it. It was one of those where I was like, here's your gift. And then I went to bed and I woke up with like 2,000 messages, and it was like, but it wasn't bad messages. It was like people more worried because they couldn't buy. Nobody was worried because they couldn't sell. They were worried because why can't I buy? Why can't I buy? It was the weirdest, it was the most positive, if you wanted to call it FUD, but I don't even call it, it wasn't FUD, but it was amazing. It was, we got like 90% of the tokens sent back to the wallet. So we were able to relaunch with a code writing dev that knows his stuff. Like was mentioned, I think Greg said that, they got a contract that's bulletproof. So we're in that same boat. And, and just a quick hats off, to Greg and others like him out there too, that are restoring communities out there within crypto. That's kind of what it's all about. It's great to see. That's kind of, like a group like this, a group like ours, a group like Greg's out there. There's a lot of them out there that you're not so much a chain specific, or you're not doing one thing or the other. You're doing it as a group, as a friendship group, as a community, as an extended family. So that's what we're a part of that. If you want to call it a movement or a revolution, or the doxing that's happening in the space now, and all those things, you want to be a part of that. And it's good to know that, if that's the future, because it should be, you should be able to trust where you're going to put your money. And, if you go to any financial institution out there, you're going to know who owns it, and such. So, it should be a requirement, being one that was just scammed and rugged for, and you try to do your own research. You're diligent on your scanners, but anybody out there that has the scanners, I have a group on Telegram that I created just for myself. It's just a private little group where I've got like 8 scanners in there, all bot scanners. You put a contract in, and you'll get 6 out of 8 different results. Well, so then which one do you really go with? Or do you just go with your gut at the end of the day? So, well, if you're going to go with your gut, you should know what your gut's telling you. So, and who's telling you that. So that's why, the docs information is provided, because people should know. And if we're going to be around, and we plan to be around, that's why, because, nobody's hiding. I don't want to be behind any walls and barriers. Like I said in the group, people can text me if they'd like to. So, it's just a very positive place for people to hang out, and the future is pretty much endless. The rewards are stacking up. The holders know, and with volume comes rewards. There's estimates out there that we approach 50 to 100K in daily volume, because our price is getting ready to pretty much explode. We're at all-time high dailies. Just it's a pretty impressive group, to say the least. Once you look at the chart and once you see what we're doing, when you come from that, that sub penny crypto, at 9,009 to like right now, looking at the chart, we're about to break 16 cents, and up 22% in 24 hours. So it's, things like this help tremendously, because you get the word out there, to people that, this isn't going to go away. It's a safe, fun place. And, for instance, just fun things that we want to do along the way. NFT giveaways. The only the problem with us giving away large sums of token. Okay, let's say like you see some of those projects out there that are just giving away oodles and oodles of token. And I'm not against that. Don't get me wrong. Like that's not the pitch. It's we don't have that luxury, so to speak. The launch, if you want to look at our origination, our original contract launch, which happened on I believe it was December 1st or 2nd. There was like 60 some holders that actually bought before I did. I added the liquidity, and the plan was to lock it for 2 years. I mean, it wasn't oh hey, when we hit this, it's going to be a extend, and then at this we're going to extend it, because I didn't plan on that wasn't the plan. The plan was it's a 2 year lock because that's just the start. 2 years, that gives you enough time to do some planning. The stuff doesn't happen overnight, so that's why the 2 year lock was put in place on the first one, and we just exploded. So it's amazing to see, and I think we're going to be, a crypto it's unforgettable. For one, anybody that's in the group, we've got some graphics people in there. I highly recommend anybody, just even if you don't want to buy it, we don't have to be strangers. That's fine. I just think if you hang out in the Telegram group, you'll have fun. You don't have to buy. And we're going to have some stuff coming up where within the group, it won't be a requirement to own or our stuff. We're going to have some some involvement with some free activities that just make it an enjoyable place. It's not that people should live on Telegram, so we don't want it to be like that. But it's a fun time. It's doing the contract is doing what it's supposed to do. It's rewarding the holders. The chart is reflecting the power of the holders, which is very, very powerful. We've got some merchandise sites up to get some merchandise out there. I believe that's in the big message that you posted in the group there that you had up for us. So that's pretty nice to see. But we got 2 merch sites, so you can pick up some lovely stuff. We'll be adding some new images and stuff to that. We'll be getting some updates out. We got a website that's out. It's constantly under development and improvement. So that's pretty sweet to look at. Nothing for 100% type solid stuff, but we have been in some talks with some different communities out there. One such being the Bonk Crash group out there, which is a Solana group. They've got one heck of a utility in the works, and so we're really looking at something like that with the help of them, of course, and and putting that in place in our community and such. And so anybody that knows that or has seen that, if you haven't, check that out there. It's a very community-based involving utility is what it is that generates some of that sustainability. So and we've got the luxury of being an unrenounced contract, which everybody looks at that and thinks, well, geez, there's no security there. Well, the other side of that is we've got probably more security than any of the other ones out there. That when you renounce a contract, you're screwing the pooch. You're done with it. You can't touch it. It's gone. Bye bye. So if you want to have any success or any chance at modifying, we won't touch the rewards, unless it's a 100% community landslide vote that they would ever get touched. But that's not ever. The 11% is going to be there, but we have that other 4% within that 15 to work with. So that leaves us the possibility of freezing the burn. Maybe our supply gets to a happy point, so to speak. Like in Happy Gilmore, you find a happy place. Well, so if we find a happy place in our supply where we just don't want to burn anymore, or maybe as a community we can't afford to burn anymore, or whatever the case is, we can take that 1% burn away, or if the LP, or the marketing, we can fluctuate within that 4% to add to whatever utility or future developments we have as a project. So we have options. We have growth potential. We have a holder base and a community that's willing to help us get there. And we have all the functionality and all the relationships developed, within different, friendships. I'm a big friend and member of, the Chad group, the original Chad group with the Chad chain coming up on the mainnet launch soon. And just meeting others along the way on Twitter. Not even Binance specific tokens. We love Binance. That's what we run on. But any community, any good developer, any honest person out there that's willing to come hang out or that wants to work together, we've always been and we always will be all ears and all friendships, hands extended for that. Because as a as a group of people, as humans, trying to restore some faith, within humanity, as we call it, that's what we need to do. We all need to work together, and we're just kind of a hub for that, and we have the luxury of having a very successful token in the middle of it that's benefiting people along the way, and so it's more than just a crypto coin, a meme coin. It is actually a movement, so to speak, a beginning, a safety net for a lot of people. And it's, just to be able to be a part of it, so to speak, is for wonderful and amazing at the same time, but, speechless, breathtaking at the same time, because it's, you want it, that's the point of it, to achieve it, and as you see it starting to happen, it's like, you can never prepare for it. You know what I mean? It's a truly remarkable thing. So just highly encourage anybody to come check us out, hang out for a while. We got an awesome bot in the group running, the Paul group, the Paul bot, PAAL. It's an amazing bot. It's fun as hell. Our graphics team, everything is coming together. So just, Power of the USA, check us out. It's a hell of a fun time, so, and we got some NFTs we brought with. I don't know what the process is, but we plan to give 5 of them away to anybody here, or however that you got that figured. So just check us out, join the group, and we're not telling you have to buy. That's not the point. Just hang out, have some fun, and looking forward to what happens. So appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Adam. Awesome. Thanks for that. I guess a long summary of your project there. Couldn't hear you, Mike.
I was trying to play the song there, but I guess I couldn't hear it.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Mike. Play your song. Was there a song you want to play?
It was. I don't know. Maybe the one time the microphone is actually not picking it up.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Yeah. So Adam, yeah, it looks like we cannot hear you, Mike. But your chart looks like there's some buys coming in, and I gotta say, the chart looks beautiful. I mean, project's very early, 63,000 market cap. You got 12,000 LP, but the chart looks like it's on the uptrend. I mean, it's only 63,000 market cap. So whatever you guys are doing there, and your base is very strong. Because
yes, sir.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's our original launch, so a bit way back, December 1st was one BNB, $400 market cap essentially, when it came out. So there was some guys that got big bags, big stacks, early, and they've held throughout the process. The relaunch was a different contract, of course, so our supply reduced, but we airdropped the ratio, appropriately, and everybody got their airdrop tokens. It didn't matter if they sent them back or not. Like I said, 90% or so sent them back. So those remainders that were just, buyers that hadn't checked in daily on, they don't live on Telegram, so to speak, like everybody thinks. But, just the ones that felt safe and didn't feel the need to check every day shouldn't be punished, 2 weeks down the road because they missed some deadline that you set for sending them in. So we airdropped 100% of the wallets, even if they hadn't sent them in, they got the tokens out anyway. So that was our goal from the beginning. So, the LP was slightly lower than where we were at when the tax mishap happened, but the holder base and the people that are able to, we've got a direct swap out there, which is available in that shill message, but we created an LP pool within XRP, the pegged XRP and the Haga 420 token itself. So, compounding, even when the people don't have, the extra money, so to speak, to buy more, but they want a little more, they're able to compound their rewards just right on top of themselves back into the chart. And so it looks like, Jesus, can you even sell it? But yes, you can. You can sell. And there's been plenty of sales along the way where people have dumped, a quarter of a max bag and such. But the liquidity and the holder base is so strong that it doesn't whoop the chart down, and nobody panics, and essentially a lot of them are kind of just waiting for it because they've got some money just sitting there waiting. They just don't know when to pull the trigger on, do I buy now, or because dips are kind of non-existent, so to speak. It's more of a resting point, kind of a catch your breath, and and then and the new people that come have such a good time that they want to stick around, and that's the whole point of it. So it's an impressive chart, definitely, if you put it on the the hourly, the 4 hourly, the daily. It's a sexy chart.
100%. And I think Mike has an anthem that he want to play here.
I do. See if we can get it this time.
I can't hear you, Mike.
You still can't hear that? Oh man, no, that was a fail. I was trying to play Apraemio for you, Adam.
We have that music. We got the songs music bot in our group. Yeah, that's one of our songs. You can play that in there. Yeah, we got the Ren
really?
song. Yeah, you can play it. You just come in the group. I'll get it playing in the group here. I'll get it. I'm good at multitasking, but I'm not good at multitasking at the same time. So if I want to focus in here too much, I can't outsource my intelligence elsewhere too much at the moment. But I'll right after this is over, I'll get that song ripping in the group, and we'll all get high together. But yeah, dude.
Oh man. Oh, I tried.
Wow. I tell you what, Adam, yeah, your chart looks beautiful, and I love the name. I think it's very catchy. It got me cracking. I mean, you came for the first time, and I think it was yesterday that you said that you would get a tattoo of a giraffe, a high ass giraffe on your arm or something like that. I'll tell you what. I mean that shows commitment, guys. Even though this is a meme token, but if he's willing to get an actual giraffe with the logo, a high giraffe on himself, that represents commitment to the project. So right now, not financial advice, but he's not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. So I want to see the tattoo actually. So I look forward to it. And I think that's probably the reason why you see some sales are coming in right now, and your chart looks amazing. So I think it's still very early, 50, 63 market cap.
I'm gonna post a tattoo. I'm going on a cruise end of January here. It's the first ever, I guess, vacation, so to speak, that I've been on. It's for the in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. So congrats to them. But so yeah, I'm getting it in a place where I can, it's gonna be a conversation piece to say the least. I'm gonna be shielding the shit out of fucking High As A Giraffes Ass on that boat, because there's wealthy people that go on cruises, and so being a local, just farm kid growing up in a cornfield in Minnesota, it's an experience in itself. So, yes, the tattoo will be shared, and I'll own it. That's the goal. That, like I said, it's been 40 years. I was scared to get one, and now I know what I want to get, and that's what it is, because it's a permanent thing. It's not going away. So I do appreciate it.
First tattoo. Awesome. Like you said, that will be a conversation piece, and it could be a marketing piece as well, for sure. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all the projects coming through here for at USA Eagles Den. Awesome conversation, guy. I had a good time. I always love the Eagles Den. So for those that are listening, if you guys are interested in the project, make sure you guys go to their community, be part of community. In fact, I think Mike's gonna post the Telegram rooms, right, for all 3 rooms. If you guys go in there, say something about the AMA, right? Mention something about the AMA. Shows that you guys actually listen to the AMA. And Mike will go over there and pick a winner over there of something. He's a Santa Claus, so he'll always give him prize away. All right, guys. Well, thanks again, and Mike will come on and do the giveaway.
All right. So yeah, just like Seattle said there, we're gonna join all 3 of the communities there. Say something about the Eagles Den that we had here, and now pick a winner, one in each of the rooms there. Now, Adam did have a nice 5 NFTs that he's going to give away today as well. I'm going to spin the wheel. Let me share up my screen here. We're going to spin the wheel for those 5 NFTs, and then we can get our. Here we go. Where is that? Oh, it's still an Afro Man. Wrong screen. Then we can get him over the wallet addresses so he can send over those as well. Which actually, he let me pick out the 5 NFTs, so they look pretty sick. Let's see. Let me share my screen now. All right, guys. Let's shuffle this up here. Grab our 5 NFT winners off the wheel here. And while this is spinning, I'd like to let everybody know that also we do have a Twitter ongoing giveaway as well. $20 there. Go like, retweet, and drop a comment. We'll be picking a winner there as well. Rext, you are the first NFT winner. Congratulations. And after this is all over, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, where there'll be an additional $15 opportunity for the community to hop on. Go like and drop a comment there as well. Fitness Lover, NFT number 2. Congratulations. Crypto Island. Congratulations. NFT number 3 winner. B-Show. Congratulations. NFT number 4. Let's grab our last NFT winner here as well. Smelia, congratulations. Last NFT winner on the wheel today. Congratulations to all the winners. Remember to join into each of the communities there. Say something about the nice Eagles Den that we had here today with everybody. And I'll be in each of the telegrams to pick an additional 1 winner each. And I really enjoyed today's Eagles Den with Adam, Greg, and Jamie. Appreciate you guys coming in today. And we hope to see you guys back in the future with some updates.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll let you
100%.
know when I get everything updated.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, and in the community as well. Says a big thank you. Appreciate the time, and any exposure is good exposure in my book. So buys or no buys, just appreciate the chat and enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you.
100%. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. And Greg, Adam, and Jamie, as soon as I get this uploaded to YouTube, I'm going to get each of you guys a copy as well. Thank you,
All
everybody.
right, cool. Thanks.
And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.